There's a forest spread far and wide, a nation of trees living throughout the ages, enduring while man-made kingdoms come and go. They stand strong and tall, fulfilling God's ordained purpose from the beginning of creation, to grow, to produce offspring after its kind, and in God's appointed time, to descend back to the earth from where they once came. My household and I stand tall within this forest, as part of a whole, to raise up leaves, to reach towards our Creator, and to wait for His return, making right the wrongs of His creatures. I feel the cool breeze upon my face. Animals take shelter in my boughs for safety. I find pleasure in my God, and wonder of His plans for my life. Will I stand here with my tribe, or by His grace be made a footstool for His holy feet, or a table for His anointed one to dine with, or a part of the great entrance to His mansion? Or dare I pray to be taken up to be fashioned into a royal chariot? Or, greater still, be brought into the house of God, to be a small part of the Holy of Holies, where His priests worship Him, with the smell of aroma of sacrifice for the Lord, till the Anointed One comes. How great a thing! Yet time to time I fear of the forest fires that might consume my dreams. But I trust in the Lord. He who formed me has a plan for my life, as I stand tall for decades thus far, in the glory of our Maker. Yet in a moment, all was stolen from me. This day, an awful day, a day of misery, a day of evil. These creatures with sharp weapons entered our land. They cut down my brothers and sisters. They came to me and struck at my feet. The birds I made a home for fly away. The creeping bugs upon my wooden statue rush away. I try to hold steady, my roots under the earth, trying with all my might. But I'm severed off as I fall headlong to the dirt. These godless creatures, these pagan men, delight as they pull me away from all that I've known. They shave me down, naked, my leaves trampled underfoot. They drag me in mud and filth, away from my home, away from my people. They throw me into a wagon full of my kin, cut in two and bare as I am. Why, O Lord of hosts, have you let this evil fall upon me? Why have these fallen creatures come for me? Have they not sinned in the presence of your face enough for eternity? Has not the land had enough of their plagues? Has not the earth drunk enough of their dead for judgment? These defiled image-bearers were to tend to us and to care for our well-being, as we served them as shelter for rest and warmth for comfort. Yet they cut us down for war and bloodshed, fashion us for weapons, and steal the land where we stand for their idol temples. They dig under the earth to rob your gold and silver, to serve their wooden-made gods. Oh God, I pray, let them not make me an idol for their folly. I would rather be burned up in the forest fire that I feared than be worshipped for their idolatry. Here we stop at a small city. The poor and broken walk over me, while the rich and powerful ride high over me. Stone walls and steel and iron gates surround me, and in here they sever my limbs for firewood. They rip my trunk down and fashion me as a post. They drag me over to be tossed in a dark, wet room with other wooden corpses. They shut the door. In bondage I lay in this filth. Oh, how long till you come save me, God Most High? When will you, Sovereign King, enact your final judgment to fall and destroy these men? Every day they harm your creation, your holy people, your animals, your lands, and your honor. The flood of Noah did not teach them your judgment, For generations upon generations they have forgotten your ways. I cry out with the whole earth for our salvation. How much longer till your anointed one comes to judge this world, and make right the land, and renew the soil, and fashion a new world for your holy creatures? I pray, Lord, Creator of heaven and earth, bless me still. Do not curse me in this state any more. Turn not your face from your servant. Do not leave me in this tomb. I ask no more for great blessings, to be brought into the house of God, to be a part of the Holy of Holies where his priests worship, nor smell the aroma of sacrifices for the Lord, nor be taken up to be fashioned into a royal chariot, nor a part of the great entrance to your mansion, nor a table for your anointed one to dine with, nor a footstool for his holy feet. No. I pray only, not for these great and glorious things, but only let me not rot away in this dungeon. Let me not be used and abused by evil men. I pray only to be thrown out by your temple entrance, as firewood at least, so I may warm your holy people before I perish. I am but a speck in your creation. I am nothing, and I will return to nothing without your blessing. Still, I pray for mercy. Save me from this despair. My God does not answer. Here I lay in a shadowy room, behind locked doors, as I wait for my miserable end. Here I lie for a while. Here I lay for a time. Without the sun and moon, I do not know how many seasons have passed, how long I've transpired here. After a time, I see the light of the sun break through the doors. It opens wide. Has the Lord come to save me? Has the Anointed One come to establish his kingdom? But from that bright sun emerge evil men that grab a few of my brothers and I and pull us out onto the rocky ground. They again bring an axe to cut through the base of my neck. They then tie it across my chest. What plans do they have with the dismantled wooden corpse? I see now, this is the road I must take. God has answered me to suffer these things. Now come other men. They are covered in gold and silver and red robes. I see their blades glistening in the light. Yet these men have the same evil eyes as the ones who struck me down. They are soldiers from this horrible nation. What do they have to do with me? I see one of these soldiers laughing while holding onto a chain, pulling something. Look, what is this? A corpse? Or a broken animal? No, it's a bloody man, being dragged as I was dragged. What has this poor soul done? What evils has he accomplished for these soldiers to deal such abuse? The man is pulled in close to me. I can smell his blood and sweat. They command him to get up and carry me. He, without speaking, picks me up from the earth, onto his aching shoulder. 2 of my brothers are carried as well before me, as this weakened, beaten man drags me towards the hilltop. I hear this man praying under his breath. Why, oh man, do you pray? Do you not know that both of us are forsaken by God? We ought to accept our plight. Is this not the providence of God upon us? The man stumbles and falls. He needs help. I'm covered in mud and blood, wanting my existence to cease. Crowds surround us. What is this spectacle? Why do these creatures cry out, laughing and mocking these men who carry us? Is this their judgment day? Punishment for their wrongdoings? And am I trapped, being one of men's tools for their execution? Did God create me to be nothing more but a tree of death? At last, up onto the mountain. For a sweet, brief moment I can see far and wide in the distance. My brothers and sisters living well in the forest, in peace, far from men's hands. Oh, what I would do to be with my tribe again. The moment is ripped away from me. as they throw me down to the earth. I see the heavens over me. I know my God sees me, yet I do not understand why he does not save me. These men in anger and pride throw on me this bloody mess of a man. He aches and cries. A soldier rips the man's garments and stretches out his hands and feet upon me, and drives nails through them and into my wooden body. Why does man punish their own like this? Why in so gruesome of ways has man's kingdom fallen? The crowd comes and cries out as they wait to see death. These executioners pull me up to stand tall and set my feet. I am upright again. I am sturdy again. I feel the cool breeze upon my face. Yet, with it, I still smell the stench of this dying man hanging on me. The crowd surrounds us all. Here I stand tall above the earth again, yet in an unnatural state, with two of my brothers on either side. In a cursed tree am I, with a dying man nailed to me. The crowd laughs and cries, curses and mocks. Two thieves seem to be beside me, crucified for their crimes. Yet who is this man that I hold up? What sin has he committed? Is he a thief like the others? A blasphemer of God? Or merely a political pawn in these devil's bloody games? As I ponder these thoughts, an executioner climbs up beside me and nails a final blow upon the top of my being, to hang a plaque, a sign for all to see, written in many tongues of men, which reads, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." How can this be? What has mankind done? Can this be the anointed one we all waited for? I see the crowd calling him to come down, mocking him to do one last miracle. Is this the Messiah that God promised? One of the thieves asks the man hanging upon my shoulders, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." The King of the Jews answers, "Today, you will be with me in paradise." What grace! What humility! As he hangs dying, he saves sinners. I see this Jesus cry to heaven, calling upon his Father. Has he abandoned his Son? I know the one to come must suffer, but why like this, in public shame? I know now. I see clearly through my pride. This is my Lord, O God of all, the one who holds up the earth. I now hold you up, the one who gives me life. I'm here taking yours. The one I thought was forsaken by God was carrying me. I see now, O God, your purpose. I am not an accursed tree, for the accursed is your Son, crucified upon me. This is the anointed one we all waited for. What has mankind done? How can this be? O God, forgive me for my arrogance. To assume I may know more than you. To think I know best for my life. For I see now what you have seen from the beginning. You in heaven, wise and powerful, and me, a single plant, plucked out from the thousands. How you ordained my life from the beginning, before the foundations of the world. You knew through your sovereign decree what would take place today, and what was required of you to glorify your Son in his infinite humility. You chose me, a tree whom you planted in the forest, fed water and sun to grow, knowing that one day you would require my body for your Son. I see now you blessed me more than I ever asked or dare dream of. You, O Holy One, with your hand, took me out of the earth and carried me to this mountain, and placed me upon the ground, so that you may lift up your one and only Son to die for the sins of men. I see now my Savior, Redeemer of the earth. I am blessed to hold you up, Son of God, as you hold up my life.